Hello, my dear students. I am attempting to teach mathematics in a very easier way to the school children, especially for the students who are enrolled in CBSE schools. So, if you like my teaching, then kindly subscribe my channel. Thank you. So, in NCERT syllabus, I have chosen mathematics of class 8 and chapter 2, that is linear equations. So today I will start teaching you linear equations. So equations means always the equation must contain an equals to sign, like if we write this kind of expression, that is x plus 2 is equal to 1, that is this equals to sign if it is there, and one expression which is on your left hand side is called as left hand side, and which is on the right of the equals to sign is called as right hand side. When we talk about expression, expression means, that is if I write only x plus 2. Now in this kind of algebraic expressions, we use the alphabets like x or y or z or t or a or b, any. Okay, so this kind of letters are used for the unknown quantity or the unknown number. So if I say that x plus 2, that is x must be any number and you do not know that number, you will have to determine that number. Okay. Now this is an expression only, but when I write x plus 2 is equal to 1, then it becomes an equation since it contains the equals to sign. Now you have that concept of left hand side and right hand side. You have understood that equals to sign, what lies in the left hand side is known as the left hand side. What lies in the right hand side is known as the right hand side. That means what? When you solve any linear equation problem, if you are finding that value of x, whatever the value of x comes, that you should put in this equation, and you should see that whether the left hand side number and the right hand side number are equal. Okay. So, how to solve this kind of equations? So, when we are solving this kind of equations, we see that what is transpose? That is, when I write this equation x plus 2 is equal to 1, you can see here that x is the unknown number, 2 is a number, and 1 is also a number. So, what you will have to do is, that bring all the numerical numbers in one side and keep the unknown number or this quantity, like whether it is x, y, z, a, b, c, whatever, in one side. So we do the transpose of the number this way, like you take plus 2 in the right hand side. So when you are when you are transposing this number from left hand side to right hand side, then always remember the sign changes. So here x plus 2, that is the sign is plus. Okay, and here also 1 is also, nothing is there, no sign is there, means it is also plus. So now you transpose this plus to this side, that means what? you will have to write or x is equal to plus 1 minus 2. So, in this way the sign of plus changes to minus when this quantity is changing the side from left hand side to right hand side. Now, you can write that x, or we can write x is equal to minus 2 plus 1, that means it is equal to minus 1. So, what is the value of x or value of the unknown number? It is minus 1. So, I have taken this problem from exercise 2.1 as the chapter 2 is, I am taking chapter 2 is of linear equations. So, exercise 2.1 will solve the problems. What is given? First problem is given x minus 2 is equal to 7. So, in this linear equation, you will have to find the value of x. So, you can see here the unknown number is, or unknown, the variable is x and the number is minus 2, and right hand side it is 7. So, you can write like this, left hand side is what? X minus 2, to understand is better, and right hand side is what? It is plus 7. Okay. Now, what we will have to do is take this number from left hand side to right hand side. So, how we can do it? We can write x is equal to 7 plus 2. That is, when you are transposing this number minus 2 to right hand side, the sign changes. So, what is x? X is equal to 7 plus 2 is equal to 9. So, answer is x is equal to 9. So, in this way, you can find out the variable or the unknown number, what is the quantity, and this kind of equations are called as linear equations. You have to solve it. For example, second problem. Second problem is given y plus 3 is equal to 10. So, students, what are your quantities given in this linear equation? It is y, which you do not know what can be the number, and then the numericals, that is plus 3 and 10. So, you can write left hand side what is given, y plus 3, right hand side what is given, it is the number 10. So, what you should do is keep your variable in one side. Usually we keep it in left hand side and take this number or transpose this number to right hand side. So, what you get? 10 minus 3, or 10 minus 3 is equal to 7. So, the answer is y, or the unknown variable is 7. Now, how can you verify that your answer is correct? That is, if you put the value, or if you take left hand side is equal to y plus 3. That means if you have got the value of y is equal to 7, then put the value of y here, that is 7 plus 3 is equal to how much? It is 10. That means what? You have got left hand side is equal to right hand side. So, right hand side is how much? Is equal to 10. Now, that is called the linear equation. Whatever equation you have, the value, total value of the left hand side should be equal to right hand side. Then only the meaning of equals to sign is satisfied. You can say that yes, whatever I have solved the problem, whatever value of the unknown variable I have got, it is correct, as left hand side is equal to right hand side. At the end, if you verify your answer in this way, then you will be sure that whatever you have solved, your solution is correct. So third problem is given like this, that is z is equal to 6 is equal to z plus 2. Here 6 is equal to z plus 2. Now here you can see that left hand side it is 6. You practice like this so that left hand side and right hand side concept becomes clear to you. So left hand side it is 6, right hand side it is z plus 2, and in between it is the equals to sign. So you'll have to prove that left hand side is equal to right hand side. Now right hand side, the variable lies in the right hand side. Lies in the right hand side. So what you should do is take transpose the number plus 2 to left hand side. So 6 minus 2, your equation becomes 6 minus 2 is equal to z, or you can write z is equal to 4. So your answer is, or the value of the unknown variable is equal to 4. Now you verify, that is left hand side is equal to 6. Right hand side, what is the value of z? Right hand side, what is the value of z? Put the value of z here. Z is equal to 4 plus 2. What is the value of 4 plus 2? It is 6. So you can prove that left hand side is equal to right hand side. So dear students, always verify your answer by writing that or seeing that left hand side equals to right hand side. So fourth problem, it is given in fraction. So 3 by 7 plus x is equal to 17 by 7. This is the fourth problem. So this can be some difficult for you, but no need to worry. You can see here the numbers, instead of the numbers it is given the fractional values. So variable is x. So left hand side you keep the variable as it is on the left hand side only, keep the variable x and take this fraction, that is 3 by 7, to right hand side. So what you get? 17 by 7 minus 3 by 7. Always remember, when any number or any fractional value changes the sign, its sign changes. That is the rule. So here LCM is equal to 7 and 17 minus 3, that is 14 by 7, and we know that 7 ones are 7, 7 twos are 14. So value of x is equal to 2. So if you want to verify now that whether left hand side is equal to right hand side, you can put that left hand side is equal to what is given in question. It is 3 by 7 plus x. So put the value of x, 3 by 7 plus 2. So if we take the LCM, is we can see here 3 by 7, 2 by 1. So LCM will be 7. 7 ones are 7. 3 into 1, that is 3, plus 7 divided by 1 is equal to 7. So this is 7 into 2 into 7, that is 14. So 14 plus 3 is equal to 17. 17 by 7. Now you can see that 17 by 7 is the number or the fraction what is lying in the right hand side. So in this way you could prove that left hand side is equal to right hand side. That means whatever value you have got for x is correct. So hope you are following. So there are different kinds of problems. We did with only numerical numbers, then we used one fraction. Now see this problem, if it is given 6x is equal to 12. Okay, 6x is equal to 12. So here left hand side is actually 6 into x is equal to 12. So in this case, how to find out x? When it is multiplied. When the variable is multiplied with a number, then to find out the variable, you will have to divide, that is 12 by 6. That is equal to 6 ones are 6, 6 twos are 12, x value is equal to 2. So you can verify again, left hand side is equal to 6x, that means 6 into 2 is equal to 12, that is equal to right hand side. So you have proved that left hand side is equals to right hand side. Sixth problem. So it is given again in a fraction t by 5 is equal to 10. So here the variable is t. So instead of x it is t. Okay. And you can see here t by 5 is equal to 10. That means what? Equals to sign 10 by 1. If we take any numerical number given like this, that means if we divide it by 1 we get 10. So same. Now if you have this kind of problems, then it is better you should remember this, that is if fractions are given like this, a by b is equal to c by d, then you should cross multiply. We can get like this, cross multiply the numbers. What we get is a into d is equal to b into c. So it comes like this. So if we cross multiply here, t into 1 is equals to 5 into 10. So if equals to sign, near the equals to sign, both sides of the equals to sign, if it is fraction, then you must cross multiply and write this kind of equations. AD is equal to B into C. So here we can write T into 1 is equal to 10 into 5, or T is equal to 50. Now if you want to verify, then you see that left hand side is equal to how much? To t by 5. What is the value of t you have got? It is 50. So substitute the value of t here, 50 divided by 5 is equal to how much? 5 ones are 5, 5 tens are 50. So it is 10. 10 means it is right hand side value. So in this way we can find out if an equation contains the fractional numbers, then we can solve the problems by cross multiplying. Now seventh problem, for example, one more problem, 2x by 3 is equal to 18. So here you can see we can write like this, 2x by 3 is equal to 18 by 1. So when you write like this kind of equation, always remember that this line which you use for fraction should lie in between this equals to sign, then it is correct. You should not write like this 2x by 3 is equal to 18, not like this, or 2x by 3 is equal to 18, not like this. These are wrong practice. So here what we can do is we can now cross multiply. As you can see that both sides of the equal to sign is a fractional number. So if we are doing so, we can write like this or cross multiply 2x into 1 is equal to 3 into 18, or we can write 2x into 1 means 2x only, 18 into 3, or 2x is equal to 54. Now what will be the value of x? 54 by 2, that is 27. So answer is x is equal to 27. Now eighth problem is again they have given it in decimals, the numbers in decimals. 1.6 is equal to y by 1.5. So here also the same thing, that is 1.6 we can write 1.6 by 1 is equal to y by 1.5, or you cross multiply this like this 1.6 into 1.6 into like this 1.6 into 1.5, 1 into y. So this will be equal to how much? 1.6 into 1.5 is equal to y into 1 means 1 y only, or you can calculate this or multiply 1.6 into 1.5, you will get 2.4. So this is your answer. Y is equal to, or the unknown variable is equal to 2.4. So in this way we have solved 8 problems. Now I will go to ninth problem. Ninth problem is given 7x. X is the variable. Minus 9 is equal to 16. So you can see here on the left hand side we can write or. We can write, now you have understood how to keep the variable in one side, that is on the left hand side, is equal to transpose minus 9 to right hand side, that is 16 plus 9 is equal to how much? So 7x is equal to 25, or x is equal to how much? 7 into x is equal to 25. So x is equal to 25 divided by 7. 7 into unknown number. 7 into unknown number is equal to 25. So the unknown number is equal to 25 by 7. So this is your answer. And this you can verify like if I put or write this left hand side, verify your answer. Since it is a different kind of problem, left hand side is equal to 7x minus 9. So you can write 7 x is equal to 25 by 7 minus 9. So 7 7 cancelled, or this is equal to becomes 25 minus 9. 25 minus 9 is equal to 16. That is equal to right hand side. So now you can prove here in this kind of problem. You can verify your answer. If you have little doubt, you can verify your answer. So 10th problem is 14y minus 8 is equal to 13. So here we can write 14y is equal to 13 plus 8. So 13 plus 8 is equal to 21, or we can write 14y is equal to 21. So what will be the value of y? Y is equal to 21 divided by 14. Again I am repeating, 14 into y. Wherever there is multiplication, if you are taking it to right hand side, it will be division, and wherever there is addition, if you are taking it to right hand side, it will be subtraction. If it is subtraction, if you are taking it to right hand side, it will be addition. So since it is a multiplication, 14 multiplied by y is equal to 21. So y is equal to 21 divided by 14. So a common factor is 7. So 7 2s are 14, 7 3s are 21. So y value is equal to 3 by 2. So on your own you can verify by putting the number this y value. You can verify that whether left hand side is equal to right hand side. Try yourself and see that how much you have learned today. I'll go to the next problem, that is 17 plus 6p is equal to 9. So here the variable is p. P is multiplied with 6 and the number on the left hand side is 17. So again next step we can write like this, 6p. Keep the variable on the left hand side only. Keep the variable. If it is on the left hand side, keep it in left hand side only and take the number to right hand side. So 9 minus 17. So 9 minus 17 or 17 minus 9 will become minus 8. Okay, or we can write 6p is equal to minus 8, or p is equal to minus 8 divided by 6. Minus 8 divided by 6. So common factor is 2. 2 3s are 6. 2 3s are 6 and 2 4s are 8. So 2 3s are 6 and 2 4s are 8. So value of p is equal to 4 by 3 minus 4 by 3, or answer is p is equal to minus 4 by 3. Like this you can also verify yourself that left hand side is equals to right hand side. And now the last problem we have arrived, that is the 12th problem. It is given that x by 3 plus 1 is equal to 7 by 50. So here again we'll keep the variable on the left hand side. Variable is x. Keep the variable on the left hand side, x by 3, and take the rest to the right hand side, that is 7 by 15 minus 1. Transposed is 1 to right hand side, okay. Or we can write now x by 3 is equal to, so the LCM is 15, it is 7 minus 15 is equal to minus 8 by 15, or we can write that x by 3 is equal to minus 8 by 15, and now you can cross multiply, that is x into 15 and 3 into minus 8, or we can write 15 into x is equal to minus 8 into 3. So what we get? Students, we get what? X is equal to minus 8 into 3 by 15. Okay. So this is a common factor. 3 ones are 3, 3 fives are 15 minus 8 by 5. So the answer here for this problem is x is equal to minus 8 by 5. Always remember that if you are learning algebra and solving the linear problems, it is better that you know the tables. That is, what are the common factors. The tables you should by heart from your childhood days. 1 to 20 table you should by heart, so that as soon as you see the numbers you can find out the common factors, like here 3 and 15. So as soon as you see these two numbers 3 and 15, you should be able to write that 3 ones are 3 and 3 fives are 15. So it is very essential if you want to very good mathematician, and you should be able to play with the numbers and should be able to solve the problems as quickly as possible. So for today it is, I have solved all the problems of exercise 2.1. Hope you have understood, and for my next session I'll come with some extra problems other than your textbook problems, and I will solve those problems. And I hope that with this kind of extra problems, practicing the extra problems, you will learn algebra better. Bye bye. See you.